just about 4 miles off the shore of Lake Erie at Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Buffalo Bills. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And we are underway in Buffalo. And able to get this out to the 25. Out comes the offense for the Bills, led by their quarterback at 6'5". That's Josh Allen.
And prior to last season, his team asked him to put everyone on his back and carry them to success, and he did exactly that. Now, at this point in his career, all he cares about is postseason success and finding a way to get his team to a Super Bowl.
Allen going to go to the air right away. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. The right side here caught by Kincaid. And he is going to lose yardage here. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
And we constantly talk about people being on the same page. In this situation, the two of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be, and they found a way to get there to pick up a new set of downs.
To throw, it's Allen. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Bills first down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Well, you want to make sure that on an opening drive that you at least stay out there for a while and get into the flow of the game. A 3 and out would have been problematic, but that's a good throw there to ensure they get another set of downs.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
A great job defensively taking away his receivers, and he was forced to put that one into Lake Erie, but that's what good quarterbacks do. They don't take unnecessary chances if they don't have to.
2nd and 10. Allen going to throw. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. And he is caught. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
They run the counter with Cook. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. Now Allen. He's got his target. That's complete. And the Bills are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's another Bills 1st down. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Cook. Fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense, because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
They go option right on 2nd and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Bills will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Solid finish to a solid opening drive, and that's the threat that he represents. He can take off and score on you.
What he makes it is 11-on-11 football, because a lot of the times the quarterback isn't much of a runner, so you don't have to account for him. Well, you do with him, and now he actually gets a lead blocker instead, and he's able to cash that one in.
Prater for the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it was Josh Allen using his legs to polish things off. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Good-looking return set up here. And he's going to be out of bounds across the 50. Great return. Time to see what Patrick Mahomes can do here with his first possession. The quarterback out of Texas Tech getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense.
And, of course, number one, trying to win the game today. But for him, it's always about Super Bowls, trying to get back to his 4th consecutive one. Fell short of the NFL's first ever three-peat in the Super Bowl last year. He wants to avenge that loss at the end of this season.
Now Mahomes. And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Got a man over the middle, Worthy. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch, not much yardage afterwards.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Mahomes now to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play there on the catch and run. And the Chiefs are going to get a fresh set of downs.
First down. A gain of 26 yards. First down, Chiefs.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll, and now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Mahomes going to fire quickly to Worthy. And the Chiefs are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Chiefs with the football as we start the 2nd quarter. As they go to work on a 1st and goal. Pacheco is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be 2nd down. So stuffed from the 2. Now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
Mahomes going to throw. A quick throw there is incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
This Buffalo defense has stood their ground. This is 3rd and goal. To throw, it's Mahomes. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Xavier Worthy, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from drawing level. But down here, I thought they were going to hand that off. Instead, a well-designed play and the pitch and catch for the touchdown.
And I wonder who came up with it. Was it a call from the bench? Did the quarterback have a good idea and suggest it? In any event, clearly an effective play call. They saw something they liked in coverage, and they targeted it for the short yardage throw.
And the perfect way to cap their opening drive. Extra point by Butker is on target, and we are tied at 7. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So here come the Bills out for their 2nd drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Allen. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
The Bills on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10. Allen. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, Go back out on defense and completely shut them down to force a 3-and-out.
So on fourth down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Nico Remigio deep for KC. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
First and 10.
That's a nice throw there, and he's obviously feeling pretty good because remember, he had a touchdown pass on the last drive, and here he comes out throwing again, and they wind up getting good yardage and a first down right out of the gate.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Wide open receiver complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down.
Well, if you like the matchup and that connection works to start the drive, no reason to go away from it. Let that defense prove that they can stop you. And here, it's 2 throws and 2 first downs.
They go play fake. Mahomes. Throw left side complete. That's Rice. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
Throwing the out route and complete. It's Rice. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 more there and another first down.
I can't help but chuckle a little bit because at this point, it can't be a surprise to anyone in the building who's going to get the ball. They just keep feeding him over and over, and he just keeps on delivering.
First carry now for Kareem Hunt. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Here's Mahomes to throw. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Rashee Rice, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. And that's an old-fashioned death march there, partner. Took them a lot of plays, but hey, they did the job.
And the defense always preaches getting off the field, making a play, and turning it back over to their own offense. Unable to do so. A long, sustained drive by the offense.
Butker now to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Bills getting set to go. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
To the air, Allen setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
Right back to Cook for another completion. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Here's a 2nd and 5. Here's Allen to throw it. This one complete to Coleman. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
A gain of 6. And the Bills first down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From midfield, here's Allen. Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it's 2nd down. Slot man moves right. Here's Allen. Has his man. It's Shakir. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Bills first down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, it's Allen. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Misdirection's the key on this play. They line up with 3 receivers to the opposite side of the tight end, and they're all going to work their way across the field and let the tight end slip underneath against flow the other way. They're banking that he can get lost, and that's exactly what happened as they pick up a first down.
Allen now looks to throw. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now Allen. And that one complete to his receiver, Palmer. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. To throw, it's Allen. Throw out wide is incomplete. The Kansas City defense tough to throw on there, and now it's 4th down.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
So on is Matt Prater now to try a field goal here. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And the kick for the 41-year-old is up and good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Chiefs going to go back on offense one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Final 17 seconds of the half here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. They'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thank you. And this one's still anybody's game. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand in this second half as we are about to get underway. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
They find some open field here. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The second quarter starts off with a bang as they snag over 30 yards.
First down. A gain of 33 yards on the play. First down, Kansas City.
They've kept him in check until that run. That's the first time he's really gotten loose in this game.
And they have to keep that in mind. Don't dwell on the fact that he finally had a big run. You kind of are counting on that as the game went on. Get back to what you were doing before. Start limiting him again.
No gain on the play. And that'll bring up second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. That one caught by Rice. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 32-yard line.
That's good.
Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Chiefs.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. That'll be caught by Rice. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
First down.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes from 17 yards out. And the Chiefs take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? But I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Butker on for the PAT. It's good, and it's 21-10. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it was all capped by Patrick Mahomes using his legs to get in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Allen gonna throw. To the right side here, caught by Kincaid. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
Now Allen. That is into the hands of Coleman downfield. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 24 yards to gain there. Another first down as well.
First down. First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. That's caught right side by Palmer. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be left with second and a couple.
But that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Cook up the gut. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. James Cook, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Bills are back within a score. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
And now Sean McDermott's made the call. They'll go for 2.
The Bills are lining up for a 2-point conversion.
Allen will try to throw for it. And he's got it. So they're trying for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
And after the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. What a spin. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. KC's offense ready to take over. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. They'll get it across the 35. It'll be 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he's trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Got a man over the middle, Worthy. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a 1st down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Now Mahomes. Over the middle, that's caught by Rice. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Pacheco gets it up the gut. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Mahomes now to throw. That is caught. And he's got a 1st down as a tackle made at the Bills' 16. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Buffalo. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. That's into the hands of Worthy once again. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Chiefs get an important score there to extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
And that right there is a definition of a statement drive. You're in the fourth quarter, trying to get to the finish line, and here they were able to hold the ball for a long time and move it down the field. And how about them finishing it off with the touchdown run? Winning football 101, check that box.
Butker now to add the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So this drive spans 7 plays. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Allen. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Allen. Coleman has it here right side. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Throwing now is Allen. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. It'll go as a gain of 4. And 3rd and 8 now.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Allen to throw once more. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Allen, got to have this one. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Allen going to run with it. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go. Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Khalil Shakir, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Bills have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Extra point good by Prater. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
Bills 25.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Chiefs' offense and Patrick Mahomes headed back onto the field. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Now 2nd and 5. Here's Mahomes to throw. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. To throw, it's Mahomes. He'll get this complete to Worthy. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Now here's Mahomes. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
a gain of 17 yards. And the Kansas City Chiefs, first down. First and 10.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Second and 11. They run it with Pacheco from the gun. And he will have a Chiefs first down. And that's the one that should seal the victory.
17 yards. That's another Kansas City Chiefs.
This defense needs a big play in the worst way because so far, they're not putting up much of a fight. If they don't get a stop here soon, this game could be over for them.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. So no shortage of offense in this game, but a very clean game too, Charles. Each side got its points, but they did so without committing a single turnover.
That's so true, and it certainly felt like NFL football at its finest, right? You talk about the highest level for both of these offenses. Neither one of them afraid of taking risks, and both of them aggressively pushing it downfield. I did like, Brandon, how smart they were about going about their business, though. They were high flying, but they took care of the ball.
Yeah, they did. And just keeping it clean in a game like this with all these points, you don't see that very often, even at the highest level. Job well done by both sides. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.